Hi everyone, good afternoon and welcome to the Soul Spa Live broadcast this afternoon. My name is Claire and I'm one of the practitioners at the Soul Spa. I'm an Access Bars practitioner and I also do energetic facelift, and I do a wonderful specialist aromatherapy massage as well, and I'm also a Reiki. I do Reiki healing, also available at a distance as well, which is amazing at the moment. And one of the other things that I've learned over the last few years, and really when I was doing a lot of work with my own sort of health and wellness and really learning about living without toxins and harsh chemicals, was really becoming much more aware of what ingredients are in the personal care products we use, also household products as well, but really mainly personal care products, and what we use on our skin. And because basically our skin is the largest organ in our body, or on our body, and we absorb so much through that. I started to learn a lot more about living with less toxins and harsh chemicals around us as a family, and it was really quite an eye-opener actually when I started to learn a bit more about it, and really having a look at the ingredients and the labelling on some of the things that we used to buy. It started off as a little bit of a hobby and just something that we do ourselves at home, because like a lot of people, I love cooking from scratch. We make real food, with real ingredients, quite sort of back to basics things, and we're aware of sort of food intolerances and things. So we're really quite careful about what we eat, and we used to buy sort of eco and natural things from the shops and sort of have a bit of trust in ingredients and brands as well, actually. But even some of the the sort of companies that they're actually quite a lot of them, if you really you can do your own research and look at their websites, the wording can be very careful. A lot of the ingredients are biodegradable, or they're environmentally friendly, but that doesn't always necessarily mean that they're completely natural, and some of them are synthetic. Quite a lot of the companies that are selling natural and eco products, and even things with like organic on the label, it's often not 100% organic. The labelling requirements are very, they're not perhaps as strict as they could be. So even if something's labelled as organic, it can sometimes mean just a very small percentage of that product is actually organic, and quite a lot of it could be anything, or come from any source that you don't know has been produced or has come from land that is actually clean and free from chemicals and pesticides. So we started to make some of our own products, and it just made such a difference, to our skin and just to our general well-being. So that's now part of what I do and what I help people with, because I was really shocked and horrified at what I found out about what some of the ingredients can do as well. A lot of them are linked to they can potentially cause a lot of issues in the short term, but long-term health issues as well, especially synthetic fragrance and synthetic ingredients. So because our bodies can't process and metabolize and get rid of those, so they can accumulate and cause quite significant long-term health issues. So going back to basics and just really being aware of what you put on your body and what you use, and also what you're breathing in, is really, really important, especially as women. Because the average woman applies hundreds of chemicals to her body, from so many personal care products and makeup as well, especially on our face. It's such a delicate area, and we absorb so much, through the delicate skin on our face. So it's really important to be careful about sort of what your makeup choices as well. But yeah, it's there's so many, as well as like health benefits. There's so many other really great reasons to make your own products as well. It's good fun. It's certainly much healthier, and it's free from toxins and harsh chemicals and preservatives. But it's also really economical. It's just so much cheaper to make your own. Well, it can be anyway. And you know exactly what you're putting on your skin and absorbing into your body then, which is very reassuring. And from an environmental perspective as well, it's really reassuring to know that what you're using and what you wash off from your skin and what you wash down the drain is actually not going to harm the environment as well. It's not going to pollute the planet when you're when you've washed it off or whatever, when you've used it. So there's other environmental reasons as well. You can reuse your packaging. There's lots of lovely little jars and bottles you can get, and you can just keep reusing those. Give them a good wash out, put them through the dishwasher, and keep reusing and refilling them. And it just glass jars are ideal, and it just makes a really significant difference to the amount of packaging and things that either need to get recycled or some packaging that still can't get recycled. So you're not contributing to that either, which is wonderful. So yeah, it's really easy to get started to make your own things as well. You just need a few basic ingredients. We use I'll just show you something that I've made. This is one of my very favourite things actually. It's a lovely face serum. And it's so basic and quick and easy to make as well. And it's just got, this one is just pure organic jojoba oil. Actually, jojoba is actually a liquid wax, but it's amazing. It's one of the closest natural sort of plant oils or waxes that's really close to the natural sebum in our skin. So it's incredibly helpful and it really suits most skin types really well. So I make that just with 3 amazing essential oils. I use lavender, which is wonderful. It's really balancing, just so calming for the mind and the body as well. I also use frankincense, which is incredibly good for skin. It's so smoothing. And it's, when you absorb the essential oils into your skin as well, the tiny molecules get around your body and in your bloodstream, and they have such sort of physical as well as psychological and sort of emotional benefits as well. And frankincense has been used, for thousands of years. It's really helpful for immune support as well as emotional support. So at the moment, it's an incredibly useful essential oil to be using as well. And the other oil that I use in it is copaiba. And this is it's an oil that's been prepared from an amazing tree in Brazil, and it's incredibly good for your skin. It's also very helpful. It's also very calming. It's incredibly soothing and helpful for sort of joints and bones as well, actually. So, but it's an incredibly calming oil. So using those 3, especially at bedtime, and in a lovely face serum, when you use it, it just, it feels amazing. It makes your skin feel amazing. But when you use it, especially on your face, you can really breathe in the aromas. It's a really, really wonderful product to use. It does just help your skin. It helps your mind and your body. Just so beneficial at bedtime, to know that, if you're using really pure essential oils as well, that they are really they can have quite a transformative effect as well. So yes, that's the recipe I tend to make for myself. I've sort of got mid-40s age skin, and you can add other carrier oils as well depending on your skin type. I learned quite recently that macadamia nut oil is particularly beneficial for menopausal women's skin, so I've actually started adding some of that to my face serum as well. Just a bit less jojoba and a bit of macadamia nut oil, and it's really wonderful stuff. So those are the oils that I use for my sort of slightly older skin. I have 2 daughters. One of them's just turned 13 and the other's just turning 11 quite soon. So I help, the older one who's who's just turned 13, she has a different blend for her face serum that she can make herself. And hers, it has lavender as well, but she also has a little bit of tea tree and some patchouli in hers as well. There's other oils that can be particularly helpful for sort of, teenage sort of blemish prone skin as well, but those are the 3 that we find at the moment anyway. They're her favourites, and they really, really help her skin. They really clear it up just very quickly and completely naturally. And as a mom, as a parent, to be able to provide that information and that knowledge to my daughters, you know, to have an awareness of what they're putting on their skin, what they're breathing in, and how that can affect them. I think it's really empowering actually, and something that I really care about and I'm really passionate about sharing. Yeah, it's you know, it's a really wonderful thing for them to be able to know and learn about as well. So yeah, we love our face serum, and I don't use normal moisturiser anymore at all. I just use this face serum in the morning, and I use it at night as well. So it's saved us so much, you know. We don't buy any sort of like normal moisturiser at all anymore for my face. So that's just one of the things that we've you know, we've sort of ditched conventional sort of you know, serum from the shops, and we started to make our own. And one of the other things that I really love to make is whipped body butter. So I made this jar quite recently, and I haven't used it yet, so I just thought I'd let you see. This is my homemade jar of whipped body butter. So this is it's really easy to make as well. It's lovely to use. It lasts for ages, and there's just a few basic ingredients in this as well. There's shea butter, cocoa butter, and just a few drops of sort of whatever favourite essential oils that you'd like to have or that you'd like to use at a particular time. So yeah, it's really easy to use, really easy to make, and just a few basic simple ingredients that you can buy online. But you know, again, the source is really important. So there's just one or two companies that I tend to get my oils and my sort of carrier oils from now, that I really know and trust. It's really important to choose, you know, wisely, because not all of the carrier oils, and certainly not all essential oils, are created in the same way. So it's really important to make sure that you're using and that you can get 100% pure essential oils, especially that have, you know, that have been really carefully prepared and carefully distilled as well. And not that many companies produce oils to the same standards at all. So it's really, really important to you know, to trust your source and to know exactly how your oils are being prepared. And the oils I've been using recently in the last few years, that they are, you know, that they're really different to the ones you can get in the shops. They're quite the benefits and the difference I feel when I use them is quite significant actually, and I find I use a lot less drops, so it's a lot more economical, which is also very helpful as well. So yeah, I thought I'd quickly show. This is the jojoba oil. I get a bigger bottle of that, and it lasts for ages as well. I also make sugar scrub. You can have sort of sugar and salt scrub as well, which is really, really cleansing and lovely. This is a little jar of chocolate orange that I've got a little bit left from, but that's really lovely as well to use. It's so smoothing for the skin, and I use this lovely massage oil blend in that, which has got a blend of different vegetable and nut oils, which is just incredibly nourishing for the skin. And it's just great because all the carrier oils have got different benefits for your skin as well. You know, a lot of them are really high in antioxidants and vitamins, and they're just so nourishing for your skin, you know, and they're just pure natural plant-based goodness, which can be quite transformative. And yeah, I mean, the aromas as well, you know, whatever essential oils you add in, it's so important to use a natural fragrance, because when you breathe something in, you know, your sense of smell is linked to your limbic system. And your limbic system is linked, it's really connected to the different parts of your brain that control your heart rate, your blood pressure, your breathing rate, your memory, your stress levels, and also your hormone balance as well. So, you know, it's really important to be aware of what you're breathing in, and, you know, especially with the personal care products that you're using. And, you know, when you make your own, you can really choose and, you know, add whichever oils, essential oils that you really feel could really benefit you. And, you know, if anybody needs any help or advice choosing, you know, it's really lovely to help share information about what might be most helpful and supportive for people at a given time as well. You know, because different times of the year, or just depending on how people are feeling, it's so lovely to customise what you're using. And I'll often add different oils, you know, because like I like to make a smaller amount and make up fresh serum, you know, sort of every month or so. So it's really lovely to be able to choose and sort of, you know, make different changes and just try something different and just see how beneficial that can be as well. So yeah, it's a really lovely thing to do actually, and to be able to sort of share with others. So that is one of the other things that I offer. I do sort of little workshops and help people learn how to make their own products and share recipes, and just really help people sort of, you know, become a bit more aware of what they're using and how it can have an effect on them, and what can be really helpful and beneficial as well. So yeah, I hope that's been really interesting and helpful for you, and I'm really hoping to be able to get some in-person workshops up and running really soon again, as soon as we possibly can. So hopefully that will be happening sometime soon at the Soul Spa as well. In the meantime, there's lots of online meditations each day. You can sign up. There should be a sign up button on the Soul Spa Facebook page that you can click on to join in. And there's live broadcasts happening each morning on weekdays at 8:30, and then again at 4:30 in the afternoon. So yeah, hopefully you'll be able to join us again really soon, and I hope that's helpful. And feel free to message me if you'd like any more information about that. Anyway, thanks very much. Take care. See you soon. Bye.